Swadika, welcome to be my guest. The program which brings you successful stories of entrepreneurs and organizations in both the domestic and international arenas. I'm Sarosha Ratanapian. Falling in line with the governmental policy on Thailand 4.0, innovation is one of the major drivers which can bring prosperity and advancement to the nation and its members in the country. Today, we'll bring you to a contest which we call ITCi Award, hosted by MTech, a member of NSTDA, to encourage youngsters to create innovations to bring about the betterment in different aspects through this contest. So what is it about and what are its best contributions to Thailand? Please stay tuned on this episode of the program. And currently I'm granted the opportunity with Dr. Pasusiri Sari, the Senior Researcher of Biomedical Engineering Research Unit of MTech. Swadika. So first of all, could you tell us a bit about ITCi Award? So what are the objectives there?
Actually, ITCi Award is run by ITC. ITC stands for Industry Transformation Center, which is the project that collaborates between Ministry of Digital Economy and Society, Ministry of Industry, and Ministry of Science and Technology. So it's the collaboration of three in ministry. So this is one of the activity. Actually, it's the first competition that run by ITC. The ITC just start operate in August this year, so it's the new one.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the ITC aim is to upgrade the Thai industry to the high value added industry. So you also know as the new S curve, as the Thai government policy on the Thailand 4.0. So we try to move forward from the low value industry to the high value added industry. Medical device is one of the high value added industry.
I see. Okay.
That's why we do the ITC projects. And one of the crucial function of ITC is, we call it ITC Innovate, which is also known as ITCi, which is the name of this award.
I see.
Because I believe that we believe that the innovation is the key driver to make the Thailand can go forward to high value industry.
Okay.
So,
So that is why innovation has been pushed forward, in ITCi Award here. And ITCi Awards have been given out to many different innovators, in Thailand. So how many, what are the numbers there? So how many people or contestants who have joined this contest?
There were 46 teams sent their idea and their concept idea to in our first round. And then 16 teams have been selected and presented their prototype in the final round.
Okay, so could you tell us a bit about what happened in ITCi Award from step one?
Actually, we start from every team think on the concept that we give to them. So the theme this year is innovation for senior home. Because as you know, the aging society is the mega trend in everything. So we would like to persuade the youth to express their creativity to how they can help the elderly to live independently in their home. So I think this theme is maybe the good start to do the innovation and make a change for the Thai industry as well.
So out of 46 teams, so 16 teams have been selected, and then we have got the winner, which is Best Walker. So what are the criteria in selecting the winner, or the very good innovation?
So the judges select from we look at their creativity, how new of the ideas, and then they look to the completeness of the prototypes, how they work, is functionally okay or not, something like that. And then for the presentation on that day, the final round. And the last one is the impact of the prototype, how this will go in the market.
So why Space Walker is the winner?
Actually, the Space Walker have the maybe outstanding in many ways. So the problem that they address is significant, and one of our judges is a doctor. She said that this one is good because it keep the patient, the elderly, keep moving. It's good for them to keep walking instead of sitting on the wheelchair when we get the stroke, after the stroke. And the stroke is one of the key main problem for the elderly.
Okay, so that is why spacewalker has been selected as the winner.
And another one is the fully function. The prototype is so ready to go to the commercialization
I see,
process.
okay. So could you tell us more examples of innovations which is also good, okay, and they have joined the ITCi Awards?
Actually, for the runner-up, actually the sit to stand exercise is also good. The prototype is complete and it's good to do. Is used for elderly to exercise, and they also got the program to check whether how good the elderly can stand up, which is quite a key problem in the elderly as well. It's difficult to get up from the sofa, from the bed.
Okay, so actually there are all innovations which is really beneficial and useful, okay, in CNS health, okay, to follow the theme, okay, of this year's awards. So how the contest respond to the MTech objectives and missions?
Actually, it's quite fulfill our objective because we would like to see the innovator, especially from the younger, the student to English. Is a kind of inspire the industry, because I think it's the creativity come from the young one. So the student got the knowledge from the global player that we invite to be partner this year is Autodesk, which is the leader of the software in design.
Okay, so many partners have joined in order to teach them and tutor them, okay, as well in order to deliver, okay, the creative innovation to the society, okay. And any following plan following the ITCi contest?
Actually, because we partner with the Ministry of Industry as well, I think they got a lot of network of Thai manufacturer and SME, which is also looking for a new product instead, because now they do OEM, they just build a product for the Japanese car maker or something like that. They're still looking for some new product to make their own brand or something. Spacewalker might be the one.
Okay. And what about any future plan?
And so we try to match with them, and also we got the facility at ITC to help them, and also expert from the institute in the Ministry of Industry and also MTech as well.
Okay.
To build it more complete, such as to make it qualify for the product standardization, something like that, testing or something.
Okay, so apart from the society getting this innovation, other innovations in order to add value, okay, to our quality of life, so the contestants also earn something as well, okay, through the teaching and coaching from different organizations and cultures. Last but not least, any final notes for our viewers?
I think because we as you know from the government policy, we would like to go to Thailand 4.0. So innovation is the must, is the catalyst to make our industry go to that point.
Okay.
So we would like to, because we hold this event, because we would like to make the innovator meet the industry, bring them to meet up. Yeah.
And ITCi Award has actually achieved the aim already. And thank you very, very much for your time today. ขอบคุณค่ะ For now, it's time for a short break. Right back again, we meet the winners of ITCi Award 2017, that is Spacewalker. So don't go away and please stay tuned on Be My Guest. So welcome back to the program. You're watching Be My Guest with me, Sarosha Ratanapian. And in this break, I'm with Rom Panishakun, Warat Sit Lautawan, and Meta Sit Giachaipa, the members from ICTi Awards, and they're our co-spacewalkers. Swadika. So first of all, could you tell us a bit about yourself and also your team members?
I'm the mechanical and electrical engineer in the spacewalker team. My friend here, Meg, He's the mechanical engineer, and our team leader is not.
Okay, so could you tell us a bit about the reasons why you have joined this contest?
Okay, the first reason is that we want to have more experience in by getting into like a competition. We're able to like get feedback from other people as well, so that we can also like make our product better and stuff like that.
Talking about inspiration to create this innovation, so what is it?
Okay, our main inspiration is that we saw that like there was a big gap between for the people who must take gait rehabilitation or like who has walking problems. Those people are not able to transition smoothly from using big machines like machines called 0G, which are located in hospitals, and they can't there's no transition which goes from those machines to a walker or to like walk like a normal person. That's why our goal here is to fill in those gaps right there.
Okay, so could you tell us a bit about your innovation? So what is it?
Okay, our main innovation is that we've made a walker which has a dynamic support system. So what this is different from a conventional walker is that conventional walkers don't have any sort of support system which basically lifts the patient up so that they feel lighter on their legs. So and since this is a walker as well, you can actually walk out of your hospital and you can train at home as well. So our main goal was to make like a sort of trainer which can be trained at home as well. So that's our biggest innovation.
Okay, talking about the spacewalker, so why do you call it spacewalker?
Because by having a dynamic support system, you'll feel as if you're in space. This is because in space you'll feel lighter, right? So that's exactly what the spacewalker does. It basically lifts you up so that your legs actually has less strain on like the legs muscles.
Okay, in terms of the participants, who will be the users of this innovation?
The users are one big example is the stroke patients. There are about 500,000 stroke patients in Thailand, and then there are many other injuries such as spinal cord injuries and yeah, that's about it, which I can think of right now.
Okay, so that means there are quite a high number of people
Yeah,
who can use the spacewalker here. Okay, so during the process, have you tried out with the participants? So, how was the feedback so far?
Okay, we've tried with a stroke patient and a person with spinal cord injury. So the stroke patient said that usually she would have to use a cane to balance herself, but with the spacewalker now she can get rid of the cane and now she can walk in a balanced manner. Because with a cane you would have a tendency to always lean on one side, but without the cane now you're able to like focus on the balance instead of like just keeping yourself not on the ground.
Okay,
Yeah.
talking about the benefits of this innovation, so what are they?
The benefits of this innovation is that like we've designed it so that it's a very compact device, and then it also has like a built-in gas spring so that it helps support the patients up. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so this is a spacewalker that
Yes.
you are talking about. I'm
Yes.
wondering how many kilos there are.
This is approximately 27 kilograms.
Okay, and then it's quite compatible, okay,
Yeah.
with the uses.
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually foldable as well, so it folds up to around this height, and then the length and the width is still the same. But then this foldable features makes it like able to transport into your car and stuff.
Okay, okay. And what is it made of?
It's made of this version was made of aluminum.
Okay, okay. Talking about the quality of aluminum here, so what is it quality when you compare with other materials?
Oh, okay. Aluminum is actually lighter than steel, but has like very close strength until fracture. So the strength is relatively similar to steel, but then the weight is actually like around twice. I mean half of the weight of steel.
Okay. So could you tell us a bit about the building process? Okay, start from stage one.
So for stage one was researching. Like at first we have to know what is the problem. So the first problem which we found was that there was a gap between the people who wants to take rehabilitation and there was a big transition. That's what we saw first, and idea stage took around 2 years, and then but then after we formed the idea, the process of creating this machine took only 1 month.
Okay. So could you tell us a bit about the construction, process on what you have to do from stage 1?
Okay, first of all, we have to design in a CAD machine or a software called SolidWorks to basically create like a 3D model of how our machine would look like. And then also after that, after we've made the 3D model, we have to now simulate if this 3D model will hold up to the stress and strains which is gonna be like on the machine. And then once we've confirmed that, okay, we have a good safety factor, we now go to a technician or we can make it by ourselves. But in our case, we went to a technician and gave them like the plans, and then they would cut out the aluminum bars and like put it together.
Okay, so this is the building process, okay, and then this is the innovation, which we call spacewalker. So it took only around a month.
Yeah,
okay,
to build,
in doing this.
To the physical process of building it took around a month. Right.
And is
but
that,
then,
yes.
The idea and design phase took around 2 years.
Okay, and research process as well, okay. Are there any limitations on this innovation?
The limitations. Okay, one of the limitations is that right now the size is built for adults, so we can actually use it for kids as well. But then in terms of like how well it's gonna perform with children's, I feel that it's not gonna be as well as like if it was used with adults because of the size and stuff. Because this was initially designed for adults anyways.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So what will be the next steps for spacewalker?
Okay. The next. Do you mean technically or like marketing?
Technically.
Okay.
Yes.
Technically, we would add brakes on the wheels so that, for example, if the patient wanted to exercise on an incline, they don't have to be like worried that like they'll slip and then the whole machine will fall off. You're right. And then, actually, in terms of the design, I feel that it actually is quite complete, about like 80% complete. Right?
Okay. However, there are still a development to go
Yes,
on this
of course.
innovation in order to make it commercializable.
Right.
I would say, okay. Okay, but for now it's time for a short break. We're right back when we learn more on this innovation, also other application, okay, in which this innovation will fit into, okay? So please stay tuned on Be My Guest. So welcome back to Be My Guest, and you're with me, Sarosha Ratanapian, and I'm still with Arom, the innovator, and also with other team member who actually innovated and designed, okay, the spacewalker. So I would like to know more about the application and how to use spacewalker.
Okay, the first step or the first variable we have to fill is the height. So the first thing we do is turn on the machine, and then there's going to be a touch screen which asks for your height. So for example, I would put in 170. And then the next step would be to set in how much lighter you want to feel. So a conventional, the best range of body weight support is 0 to 30%. So for me, it would be around like 10 kilograms or around that much. So once I've set in how much lighter I want to be, the motors will automatically move to support my weight.
Okay.
And make me feel lighter. And once you put on the strap, the great thing is that people who are not able to walk or people who are scared that they might fall down would have like much more confidence in walking.
Okay, because it has a feature that actually supports you in order to walk.
Right.
Okay, and apart from the I would say the improvement in terms of technical support. Okay, what are the marketing support that you have to do in order to commercialize it one day?
One of the main things we have to do is the clinical test, because we have to test with real patients on how they feel like. We have to get their feedback, and so that like we might change a few features on the machine, and that's one of them. And the second part is that we have to choose the perfect material for our spacewalker. So right now we're using a mixture of metal and aluminum as well. Metal in some parts and aluminum in some parts. But now we have to like really optimize what is the best for each situation. For example, if they fall down, okay, which part is gonna be the part which gets all the stress and which material we have to use for that.
Okay, so that will be a future plan for the clinical trial. Okay, okay, I see. Now, what about the way to commercialize it? How do you plan to commercialize the spacewalker?
Okay, so by the end of this year, we're planning to create around 15 spacewalkers to take the clinical test with everyone. I mean, with 15 different patients, right? And after all those data analysis, we would create our real product and sell it for about 35,000 baht.
Okay, 35,000 baht.
Right.
Okay, and what will be, do you plan to sell it, actually?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We're planning to make a startup and actually sell it, right?
Okay, so best of luck, okay, for your startup in the near future, okay? The next question will be the challenges. So I believe that there will be some difficulties and challenges along this journey.
Yes.
So what are they?
Okay, some of the difficulties which we faced, one technical one is, for example, moving the motors with things called relays. Relays are like electrical switches. So once we move motors, the thing is that there's a voltage buildup, and then by closing and opening the switch rapidly, the voltage will get too high, and then it'll destroy the machine inside. So we had to find a clever way to overcome that, and that is one of the technical difficulties we had, and we had much more, obviously. But then another difficulty is like the team, there's always problems with humans because everyone has different personalities. So we had to try to find the best time for each and everyone and find what's best, what each person is best at doing, right? And so those were some of the difficulties.
Okay, so how do you overcome the difficulty, I would say, in the team working skill?
Team working?
Yeah.
We have a really great leader, so yeah. So I would like to thank him for leading us throughout the thing and having consistent drive throughout the whole project. Right?
So were you satisfied with your innovation?
What?
Were you satisfied?
What I'm satisfied with? I'm really satisfied with how this machine looks because as engineers, we like to always think of how to make things work, but then we usually neglect things about design and how other people might perceive our product. You're right. So, but then in my opinion, this product really looks very good. So yeah, that's one of the things which we are very proud of.
Okay, and I believe there are so many organizations and people, that take part and brings about this success. So who are they?
All right. I would like to thank them, and I would like to thank the National Metal and Material Technology Center, the National Science and Technology Development Agency, the Ministry of Science and Technology, Ministry of Industry, and the Ministry of Digital Economy and Society for creating ITCi, which created the ITCi award. And last but not the least, I would like to thank our professor, Ajahn Banyong, for giving us financial support and all other support as well. And yeah, for creating this lab called CD Square as well.
Okay, so there are many organizations, and actually on location and people, and especially your teacher have to, owe him, different and million thanks that. Could you tell us a bit about your experiences when you went to Japan in order to take a look at different innovations, right?
Okay, at Japan there were, as we all know, in Japan there are very diverse kind of diverse things and innovations which they have there. And one of the things which really caught my eyes was a device which vibrates for people who are not able to talk. So this device vibrates, and you put the device on your throat, and even if you're not able to talk, if you open your mouth like you're talking normally, the sound will come out automatically, and you'll sound like a robot, but at least you can communicate. And there are other things such as wheelchairs with extended arms so that it's easier to paddle and stuff like that. Okay,
any experiences from joining this award and contest?
All right, there are lots of experiences. Technically, there are experiences of, first of all, I should know what kind of materials are sold in my country, and then I should know what dimensions are there. So that is one of them. And then next, I have to check which kind of motors are best suited for this project, right? And then which kind of gas spring, and then I have to calculate, okay, for a given distance which the motor goes, how much more support does the machine give to the person? And there are lots of technical experiences which I've experienced, but those are actually things which we can learn in engineering school. But some of the other things which I really treasure a lot are the experiences of going to the real technician shops, machine shops, and actually like being able to experience as an engineer of how to tell technicians of like of creating machines which are like in our idea, but then like to make it into a real product, right? Those kind of things which like had to do with other professions as well was really interesting. There's also another one with physical rehabilitation. So we have to go to meet like the physical therapist and then talk to them like, how do you analyze these data? And I found out that engineers and doctors, they kind of think in different ways. So even though we think that this kind of graph is right for this, maybe they'll think that no, it's not right. You have to like put it in some intervals and something like that. So those are some of the experiences that I really learned a lot.
Okay, and I believe that you are, okay, I'm so sure, okay, that you are the inspirator, okay, for many early and also young inspirations and also innovators, okay, in Thailand right now.
Right.
However, that's all the time we have for Be My Guest this week. Thank you very much for your
Thank you very
time.
much.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ
Through the initiative of NSTDA to stimulate creative thinking through innovation creation, we have discovered different gems in Thailand and finally met the winner of ITCi award, which is Spacewalker. To be able to move forward, younger generation should be continually creative to find effective solutions to the current existing problems. So don't lose faith, and one day you will shine. For more information, you can log into www.mtech.or.th. And that's all the time we have for Be My Guest this week. Thank you very much for watching us and tuning in. For more information, please log into thainews.prd.go.th/en. And I'm Sarosha Ratanapian. สวัสดีค่ะ